What's up, guys? Hope everybody's well. Welcome back to another video here at PSB Adventures. Got some exciting news today, believe it or not. It's new bike day here at Titan. Not really, but kinda. It's a 99, so it's definitely old, but it's new to us. I want to tell you the quick story about it, and we're gonna see if we can get it fired up here. Just full disclosure, I know it runs, but it's got a weak battery, and we've got a battery for it, and so I want to tell you the guys a quick story. It's got a cool little story behind it, why we're doing it, and all that good stuff. So check it out, man. 99 DR350SE. You'll have to forgive the dirt. It's been sitting a little bit. I actually got it back in the winter, and I haven't had a chance to really share it with you guys yet, but it only has 2,194 miles, man. Can you believe that? So this is a survivor. So if you guys have watched the channel any at all, then you know that I ride a 93 DR350. I've been riding it for 25 years. It's never let me down, except one time I filled it up with gas and I had it on reserve. I didn't realize it, and I was gonna run it to reserve, and it was already there, so I had to walk about 2 miles. But whose fault was that, right? It sure wasn't Suzuki's. So I'm a huge fan of these bikes, man. This is a 270 pound bike in stock trim, 30 horsepower. You can get 35 out of it pretty easy with just a few little modifications. But I love the bike. You can lower them enough to where I can touch the ground comfortable with a 30-inch inseam. A few other little things you can do to make it comfortable to ride. But man, I really love mine. So if you guys have watched the channel a little bit, you've probably seen me working on a little XT225 and 05 model, the silver one. I've worked on it a good many times. So that's a good friend of mine, Brandon, from up in North Carolina. He brings his bike all the way here. We really appreciate him. So he asked me one day if he needed a spare bike, what would you buy? And I said, he wanted a used bike. And I said, well, I'd get a DR350 personally, because it's never let me down. It's way before its time. Anytime in the 90s, man, from 90 until 99, great machines are pretty much unchanged, except for the early ones were kickstart, which is why, one of the reasons why I'm thinking about going with this one. But anyway, he bought a 98, I believe, DR350, and this little bike came with it as a spare parts bike. So we both thought it was probably a basket case. So anyway, I did a bunch of suspension work on his XT for him. And if you guys have done any suspension work, you know it's huge money. Any aftermarket decent rear shock's gonna be the price of a used bike. He went with Cogent, so they're pretty pricey. And then we redid the front suspension for him. You guys know what that takes. It's not cheap if you do it right. He went with Cogent on it from Pro Cycle as well. But anyway, I did that for him, and when he picked it up, he brought me his DR350 and this little fella here along with it for a parts bike and a couple of Rubbermaid totes. And he said, this 98 here, this is the one I've been riding. Everything's good with it, but I want you to go over it fully. Anything it needs, let's do it. If you need any spare parts, here they are. So he left it with me, and I looked it over, and believe it or not, it didn't really need a whole lot of anything. It was in pretty good shape, decent bike, already. I think I did a tire on it for him maybe, and just a couple of little things that service-wise that it needed. It was in good shape. So, long story short, I thought, well, let's look at this bike and see why is it a parts bike. So just about every fastener on this machine, especially the bolts that hold the engine on, were loose. So I thought, well, it's probably got a junk engine. They probably threw an engine in there. The exhaust was loose. Everything was loose. All the panels were taken off and in a box, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's tighten all the bolts, put a jump box on it, turn it over, and see what it sounds like. It's full of clean oil. So put some fresh fuel in it, made sure it was full of all the fluids, put a jump box on it. It made about a half a round and cranked. And believe it or not, the engine sounded absolutely fantastic. Of course, it was going to need some things, some work, or, whatever. But I looked it over and I thought, man, this bike is all here. It's solid. Everything's loose. Some of it's in boxes. but it runs. The carb was crapped up, of course, but it would sit there and idle, and the timing chain wasn't noisy. The valves sounded pretty good. So I talked it over to the brand. I was like, hey man, what you want to do? This thing's, you know, should we fix it up and sell it? Keep it for parts? And then it dawned on me, I was like, hey, it's electric start. The issue was no title. So we worked out a trade. I did a bunch of work on that suspension. We just traded some of the money. I got a really good price on the bike from him, paid him some extra cash for it. And I put a battery in it and rode it around the block. There's not anything wrong with it except the clutch. I'm not really sure why. The clutch actually feels fine. I don't really feel anything wrong with it, but it slips in high gear, 5th and 6th. And that tells me it probably has had car oil in it. So we'll probably have to do, I'll probably just do an OE clutch on it. So here's the goal. And then we'll get started working on it, not to bore you guys to death. I got a 4-gallon tank on the DR. You guys have seen that bike. It's in really good shape. It still runs good. It's getting a little bit tired. It spent most of its life as a farm bike, but it might be time to retire it. I don't know if it's me or the bike, but every year it gets a little harder and harder to crank. It's probably my leg, but as you know, it's kickstart only, and this one you hit a button and crank it. So, and it actually, to be electric start, it's still super lightweight. You know, it's just a few extra pounds on there, and pretty much the same bike other than the added electric start. So what I'd like to do is get this bike running. I'm in the process of getting a title for it. Hopefully it's a lot of red tape. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but in South Carolina, they make it pretty tough to get a lost title. You got to contact the original owner, just a whole lot of nonsense. But anyway, trying to get that. If we do, I'm going to put my tank on it, my seat on it. I've got my bike lowered a little with a link, and that seat's cut down, the seat concept seat. Put all that on it, and this will be our new main bike. You know, for full-size bike, not the main as the T-Dub and the CT. But anyway, when I go on some crazy long adventures like BDRs and stuff, I really love to ride the DRs. You know, I've got that rear rack on mine to carry my luggage, so we'll change it all over. We'll kind of strip that bike down, but put it back to where we can ride it here on the farm still. I'm not going to get rid of it ever. I think unless somebody just really wants it real bad, they'll have to pay for it, because that bike just means a lot to me. It's my first real good deal sport I've ever owned. So anyway, we're going to get a battery in this thing. See for the crank, it's been sitting a few months. I believe I drained the carb bowl out, so that's no big deal. So let's see if it'll run, crank on some good gas, and then we'll start making some content on it maybe. But I want to give a good shout out to the guys over at Heomaito Batteries. These guys actually make generators, but they reached out to me and said, hey, we're getting in the motorcycle battery business. Can we send you a battery to check out? So really appreciate those guys for sponsoring this video. This is the YTX7L, and this is an AGM. Now, they offer lithium batteries. Personally, I'm not a fan of lithium batteries. Don't think the technology is quite there for a dirt bike. I've had one quit on me 100 miles away just out of the blue. So I'm still a lead acid AGM style battery fan. So that's what we're going to run on this one. So this particular battery that's in it is older, and it's actually for a TW200, and it just ain't quite got enough oomph. So let's see if this one will throw some power to it and get it cranked over, and then we'll fire it up here. I just want to do a short little video and reveal this awesome new bike to me. I'll put a link below for them. They're not paying me a dime to do this other than giving me a battery. So let's see how it works out. They wanted a good honest review on it, and that's what we'll do. All right, let's get started here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep these 90s style graphics or not. Out here. Oh, and shout out to this Woobin light that I've got on my head. That's their E7 light, and I'm affiliate for those guys, and I'll drop a link below for those as well. This little light right here, I use it here at work, and it lasts me all day on high, and I can really see good with it. It's comfortable. It pivots up and down. Let's see if I can turn, and this thing right here slides off actually. You just push down this little tab, slides out, and you can clip it on your shirt, change the time, you know, change your chain or anything you want to do there. But then it just slips right back in, just like that. It's that easy. Pretty nice. Woobin E7 with headband. I'll drop a link below for you guys on that. But I can't hardly work without it anymore now. All right, it appears like we got an 8 here for the negative. Let's get that off first. Always take your negative off first. All right, let's get this out of our way. We'll try to change that to both the same size with this new battery, hopefully. So I got the bike in the winter, and I just hadn't had a chance to share it with you guys from doing other projects. So, but I wanted you guys to see it firsthand. All right, let's get this thing unboxed here. Yeah, looks good. All right, let's get this plastic jacket off first. And we got a little hardware kit here with it. Okay. Fits right in there. And you want to go back with your positive first. Did your grandma answer?
No, she ain't answered yet. A spurge, beach, bed straw.
Okay. Alright, it fits good. So let's see if it's going to spin it over here. Heomaito. Alright. Oh, yeah, listen to that. Let's see if she'll run. You ain't got no gas in it.
You reckon you got some gas up in there?
Look at there. He thinks of the simplest things first, Scooter. Now see there?
You got some of them French fry taters up in there? You reckon you got something to eat? Don't you touch that boy.
That's funny.
We don't need to practice,
Randy. No.
Oh!
Look out now.
How long has it been since it's ran?
2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
At least that. Alright, she fired up. Yeah, it feels a little old, ain't it?
Smell it?
Yeah. Let it warm up a little bit. Well, it might rev. See if it will. Oh, yeah. Let's see if the stator's charging on it right quick. 13.4. That means it's working good. Yeah, that's good. 13.3, 13.4 at idle. I may have to play the car about it, backing out a little bit. Oh, it runs good, man, don't it?
Yeah.
it too? Yeah. All right, everybody, I appreciate you riding along. That pretty much sums it up for the video. So we'll just see what happens with getting the title. And if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we're still gonna put all that stuff over on the old 93 probably, or figure something out. Basically, your title's with the frame, so we have to figure out how to make that work. But one way or the other, we got a good solid platform. Appreciate Brandon letting us get that bike from him. And shout out to Heomaito for sponsoring this video. He sent this battery to us. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it an A+ rating, man. It spun that thing right over. Seems like it's got good, you know, cold cranking amps, and that's gonna work out really good for us. So, all right, that's all I got, guys. Stay tuned. We got some good trips coming up. It's just now getting good riding weather, summertime. So we'll probably try to, I'm gonna say around the 4th, if all works out, take a good little ride somewhere pretty far off. The girls are going to the beach and I'm going to the mountains. So stay tuned for that. Comment below, you wanna ride the CT or the T-Dub? We're gonna take one of the two and hadn't decided which yet. So it's kind of 50-50 when I do a little poll there. So, but leave me a comment down there, and I appreciate you hanging around to the end of the video. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks again.